Previously on Survivor UConn. After the tribe swap, Kira, who drew the odd-color buff, was forced to pick one person from the winning Taurasi tribe to read an advantage with. Kira chose Aj, revealing to the rest of the players that Aj and Kira were friends outside the game.
I liked having the advantage, but I also didn't because you have an advantage, but then everybody else knows about it.
Not wanting a target on her back, Aj shared the idol clue with her tribe, allowing Bijan to find the hidden immunity idol.
Which, I don't know how I'm going to use it yet. I'm not telling anybody that I have it.
At the food eating challenge, Kemba dominated, winning 6-2. With Tribal Council looming, the Third Eye Alliance of Bijan, Carolina, and Maddie took in Alex and decided that instead of voting the lone Moynihan Kiwan out, they wanted to make a big move and vote out Aj. 11 are left. Who will be voted out tonight?
And the fifth person voted out of Survivor Ready Rumble, Aj. Sorry to say, that's enough for tonight.
I was on the side and I couldn't even look up because I was so nervous because I felt really bad about this. I really didn't want to do this. And even voting her, I felt awful. I even said in the camera, I was I'm gonna regret this, or I hate myself for doing this.
I hate myself for this.
In any other season where I don't exist, she would win. I promise. She's such a good player. It sucks. Yeah, she was robbed, but I don't know. I feel bad. Whatever. I mean, it is what it is.
Definitely, I felt bad betraying Aj because initially I thought that she would be the person I could trust, and she did have connections with the Manatees, the Red Tribe, but because the rest of the tribe was against her, I knew I couldn't align myself with her in the end. I did what was best to save my own skin.
The night of the tribal she got voted out at, she FaceTimed us to make sure everything was going according to plan. And so that kind of reassured us that everything was going smoothly and she didn't know. And I felt really bad, but I think it's what the best move was.
Yeah, and then Aj texted me a few hours before tribal.
Aj texted me, I'll read it, the day of the vote, yesterday. She said, "Have you talked to Alex at all?" I was yeah, we got dinner last week, and for this vote, I think he's doing Kiwan. I hate myself.
And Bijan told me that Bijan told her that I was voting for Kiwan, so when she asked me who I was voting for, I just said, yeah, I'm voting for Kiwan. And I think she said something we're all voting Kiwan, it's going to be a clean sweep. And it was a clean sweep, but not one that's good for her.
Don't we think that there's two idols out there though, or do you think Aj had it?
I think Aj had it because when I texted her after and she was why would you guys vote me? I was oh well, you gave us the idol clue, which was kind of suspicious considering why would you give it to all of us if you hadn't already found it? And she didn't. Yeah, she didn't deny it. If that was me and I had just been voted out, I would have been oh well, you're wrong. I didn't have the idol, and now you look stupid. That's just how I am, I guess. That's what I would say.
I feel I'd probably do that.
Yeah, and if I didn't have it, if I got voted out with it, I wouldn't tell people because one, I'd be embarrassed. Two, I'd want people to scramble and worry about the idol. I guess
that's true. Yeah.
I had no idea that was coming, and I feel so bad because I could have given Aj my idol. Which would have been probably a good idea because Aj would have been my best ally in this game. So yeah, Aj just voted out. So afterwards, I talked to Aj and I tried to figure out what happened. She said that Bijan told her that Kiwan started the whole plan, which obviously I know isn't true because I don't think Kiwan would do that.
Yeah, Kiwan considered himself pretty lucky to have escaped that last vote where Aj got voted out. So Kiwan luckily, although I wish he was on our tribe just so we could keep our members safe, there are some benefits to him being on the other side and that he's been able to be a little spy for us on the Taurasi tribe.
So then I also talked to Kiwan, and Kiwan told me that Bijan was the one who started to rope everyone in and get them on board with the idea. So once again, I still do not trust Bijan. Sorry Bijan, but it's just a little snaky to vote someone out that you had in your alliance.
So one thing that kind of troubles me is Bijan and I are I'd say the closest, but he tells me a lot. He's meeting up with people a lot. I'm not meeting up with people as much, and I think that's kind of my strategy. like stay low key until later on. So Bijan's meeting with a lot of people. I don't know exactly where his head's at, but like from what I've gathered, we're like each other's like closest options. But he didn't tell me at all that Aj was getting voted out, and we kind of had like a 3-person alliance. So seeing Aj's name getting voted out just really kind of shocked me. But Bijan explained it like he couldn't go against the majority. He didn't want to tell me or Aj in case they tried to like switch it up. So I guess I respect the play, but it just kind of scared me because at the end of the day, like if it's between Bijan and someone else, like he'll vote me out, he'll vote Aj out. I'd probably do the same. So I wasn't expecting Aj, but it happens, I guess. So you got to readjust now.
Let's get it.
Alright, if you guys want to line up, we'll get started. You guys will have some time to stretch, I guess. Alright, welcome back everyone to our next challenge. Matt, if I could have King Husky back, keeping the tradition. I think those Kiwans then. Just passing it on. Alright, 10 people, you guys got pretty deep in the game. Everyone drop your buffs. Drop them. Alright, you can pick them back. Sick jokes here. That's right, UConn. Yeah. Alright.
Wait, do we put them back on or just?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're not actually.
Those are commercials. Alright, so we have a good challenge tonight. It's going to be 5-on-5. Barrett was unable to make it tonight, so he's going to be your guys' sit out. So, for tonight's challenge, what's going to happen is we're going to have, every tribe is going to have a backpack. Each person's going to have one backpack with one jug of water. So you can, I guess you can distribute, so to start, each person's going to have one backpack, one jug of water, alright? You're going to have one backpack full of water, so you can carry that however you want. And all the members of your team are going to be holding on to this string. So you're going to have one hand on it. So you're going to be like together. So outside, there's a circle of rope. So what you're going to do is you're going to run in a circle. Each team's going to start on opposite ends of the circle. And you have to chase after the other team. So if at any time you get too tired or the weight's too heavy, you can drop your weight and give it to another, but you have to give it to another member of your team. The challenge ends as soon as one team catches up to the other team on the opposite side of the circle. So it's going to be a roped off like area you have to run outside of. And the first team catch up, tag them behind wins. We have a twist for tonight. So, I know you guys may have been looking for advantages in the game. So, what's going to happen? There is an advantage hidden outside, somewhere in the quad. What's going to happen is, if anyone drops out of the challenge, they can look for the advantage. So, if you drop out, you can just run around, look for the advantage, whatever happens. If you find it, you find it. You can't rejoin the challenge, obviously. If you drop out of the challenge, you're out. So, if the challenge ends though, and the other tribe catches up to the other tribe, then you can't look for the advantage anymore. If you find it after the challenge is over, it's worthless. Alright, I'll give you guys a bit to strategize and we'll get started. Here.
So going into that challenge, we knew obviously we wanted to win because we had thrown one challenge and we considered throwing another one, but just to save Kiwan. But I've like watched enough Survivor to know that throwing challenges can sometimes come back to bite you in the ass.
So for the challenge, we planned Heidi dropping out almost immediately so she could go look for the thing and like prevent the other tribe from finding it too.
Because I think the first priority should be the challenge.
We considered having 2 people drop out immediately to look for an advantage, but we ended up just going with 1. And that was decided like immediately.
So how does it work? Like when they tag us?
Yeah.
So isn't it better if like, oh, we're going to put the weights around?
Yeah, but like...
And I think it was going to be down between me and Hope, who would eventually end up doing it, and they went with me. I pushed for it being me because I felt like, for me at least, better that I had the advantage and maybe able to hide it or hold it over them.
She said she probably wasn't the strongest runner, so we decided to let her go look for the advantage.
And I was kind of shocked that they were okay with it. Like, I don't understand why they let it be me, but I'm glad it was.
Exactly.
Like,
I'll do the third. We take the front. Yeah. You want to take the back? It's like me and 2 stones from the front.
Yeah.
And then in the middle.
Yeah.
You guys want to
I could go second.
Okay, so going in, we knew that we just had to run hard, and we figured that since we heard the other team kind of whispering about someone dropping out, we decided that we just all stick with it. Everyone carried our own backpack, and then we just run as hard as we could, as fast as we could, catch them as quickly as we could, and then just tag them out. So that was our strategy.
Like when I saw Kira show up in jeans, I was like, it's a wrap. Like we won. This is not gonna be hard.
I took the lead because I ran cross country in high school, and I also did a bit of track, so I know how to run fast.
But Kiwan, just like me, like did like cross country in high school, so the other members of our tribe were instantly just trying to like give us the biggest roles in the challenge.
If you double mode I can do it if you want. You're doing a try running. Yeah, sure.
All right, is everyone ready?
Ready.
All right, everybody's ready. Go! All right, 1 person drops out of the Kemba tribe. Tarasi tribe, everyone's going. Tribe already got a head start, but they're getting a little caught up. The rope, it's not that long. Kemba tribe's got definitely a lead. Rossi tribe already falling behind. Might even be worth just dropping someone. Tarasi tribe need to make up some ground. Kemba's definitely getting winded though. Tarossi's catching up a little. Kemba got winded here. Kemba's catching up again. Kemba's gonna make it. Kemba about to close the gap. Kemba tags him. Kemba wins the challenge.
It's over.
So first of all, my tribe, there's 5 of us. Kiwan and Alex both did like cross country and track in high school. Maddie and Carolina are both D1 athletes. I don't exercise at all. So like in theory, if anybody's gonna make us lose this challenge, it should be me. Let me know why I'm constantly screaming during the challenge. I don't know if you heard me. I was like, go, like faster. They are coming. I'm not tired at all. Like I'm completely fine.
Being in the front, it's hard for me to see what's going on in the back, but I just knew I had to keep pulling. I heard maybe at some points it was pretty close. We were pretty neck and neck on the opposite side, but gradually the other team started gaining on us, and then they had a final push, and we just weren't able to outrun them in time.
Kiwan's not going faster. Honestly, Maddie looked kind of tired too. Like I literally was like, here, like let me grab the water. I was like, you could drop out because they were slowing us down, and I was mad. Kira's there in jeans.
It was a fun challenge. Like after looking back at it, like in the moment I was not happy about it because it was freezing and we were running for not even that long, but like I'm kind of out of shape, so.
How long a challenge? You guys are exhausted though. You went hard.
I haven't run that much since high school.
But we ended up winning.
The challenge was really hard. I was really tired that day. As soon as the challenge ended, I had to sit right down because I couldn't stand physically. And as we were going around the circles, I could feel Robbie and Matt pulling the rope and pretty much dragging Kira and I around the corners.
Me and Matt were like dragging Heidi and Hope Hope and Kira for the last like 2 minutes of the challenge as we like went to catch up. But we ended up getting them, and it was luckily a faster challenge than many people anticipated because I don't know how much longer I could have gone doing that.
I was relieved when we won the challenge, even though I ultimately didn't find anything. I'm still contemplating whether or not I'll pretend that I found something, even though I didn't.
Yeah, Heidi, how'd it go on your end?
I checked all the. I didn't like check the grass.
I might use it again.
Which I thought might have been a mistake, but I also thought like just in the middle of the grass might have been too simple. I checked the trees. I was just gonna grab them with your.
Why am I still wearing my
I wonder if Heidi found something. I don't remember who I was talking with about it. I think or maybe Matt and I are talking and thinking that maybe she found something because she was kind of fixated on one tree. She was like, if only I could look by that tree, there's something. And so we were a little confused by that.
After the challenge, I was thinking that Heidi may have found the advantage and didn't want to tell any of us, which kind of made me worry a bit. I'm not really sure what the advantage could be.
I don't think she found anything. If I am wrong, then I could be in for a blind side, but who knows?
I thought it was kind of garbage that Barrett didn't come.
I mean, not so many comments about that round too much, as long as, you know, I don't get voted out, none of my alliance members get voted out. That doesn't matter.
But there's still the notion that like Barrett didn't come and they would still vote me out over him, which is just like a frustrating thing to have in the back of your head.
All right. Congrats, Kemba. Me once more for you guys. Brought it back. Tarasi Tribe, unfortunately, it will be tribal council for you guys again. It will be one of you will become another member of our free jury. I'll see you guys Sunday. All right? See you guys then. Good challenge tonight, even though it's short. I knew it was short. Come on, what do you think after this challenge?
Voting's gonna be tough. I mean, again, I'm the only red, but the two girls are roommates, so they're close. Like that famous Vine says, and they were roommates. So we got to be careful on that vote, but I think that I can get the boys to vote with me, and we might be able to vote one of the girls out. We'll see.
And I mean, there is still like the alliance between me, Matt, Robbie, Kira, Hope. Who Matt is like pretty sure they still want to work together, is what he said. And Robbie wanted to meet up with me, and Matt said that Robbie wanted to meet up with us. And I mean, there is still like the alliance between me, Matt, Robbie, Kira, Hope. Who Matt is like pretty sure they still want to work together, is what he said. And Robbie wanted to meet up with me, and Matt said that Robbie wanted to meet up with us. So I guess like that alliance is still there.
I guess I never feel fully comfortable, but Bijan and I were saying it, like if Bijan makes it through the next tribal and we make it to the merge, we feel like I could play like the Kemba side a bit and he could let me know what like the other like alliance is sort of thinking. And we kind of feel like if we just kind of like shift between both, we're actually in a really good position.
But that night I saw Matt at the gym of the vote. And at this point, I'm like, I don't know if Matt's like dumb or like just playing me or something. I think he might be a little dumb because he told me, he's like, I'm pretty sure Robbie doesn't have the idol. Matt, you saw him looking for the idol. We went to the exact spot where the idol was. We went to the graveyard one night and we looked.
Yeah. Matt was telling me, I was like, yes, I think that we should like work together to get Robbie out. He's like, I don't know, like Robbie's like telling me that like I'm like basically his number 2. I'm like, he also told me, he goes, I don't know if I trust him, but I'm pretty sure Robbie doesn't have the idol. I'm like, what do you mean Robbie doesn't have the idol? Like, you saw him looking for the idol, and then, like, he's like, yeah, but like, he told me he doesn't have it.
And we know that Robbie planted a fake idol for Shane, but yet he says, I don't think he has it. And I asked him, I was like, are you like 100% sure about like working with like Robbie and them? He's like, yeah. Where did that even come from? He wasn't about that like last week, but now he's like, oh, like buddy with them.
Bijan basically just has given me a bunch of information. So yeah, I pretty much knew of everything that was going to happen in that vote.
Yeah. And then Matt's not about it.
Yeah, but like, I feel like Barrett might be.
Yeah. I don't know. Do any of us, have you talked to Barrett at all yet?
No, I should. Maybe even this weekend, I don't know.
Yeah, because like, I feel like,
especially because he wasn't at the challenge, I can fill him in on stuff too, maybe.
Yeah.
Barrett, I don't know, he just seems like someone that I'd get along with. He seems like a kind of like quirky guy, which I like the most, the people I vibe the most with. So hopefully if I like establish like a friendship with him, then like he'd want to like work with me.
The most important player in this game right now is Barrett, because I have no idea where he stands. I've not talked to him once. I don't know if he actually is playing the game. I don't know if he's just kind of like chilling. I heard the other day he was in the library with Heidi, but then he didn't vote with her. So he's a very important piece, because like I feel like he's a potential swing vote. Even though I feel like I'm a bigger player than him, I also am a potential swing vote, because if I have to backstab my new alliance, I will, but I don't want to, but if I will, if I have to, I will. So.
I feel like that original winning was really great for us, and that kept us together, and that kept us away from possible elimination, and got rid of a lot of stress. But after all of this time of winning, I feel like it's definitely put a target on our back. I feel like after this point, since there's, or not anymore, but since there's been a majority Moynihan, I feel like that's sort of created a common enemy for all of the other people, and they've been able to sort of bond together against us, and that's not what we want.
Our tribe got demolished during the running challenge. I think it's just strategy where it all fell apart. So we were trying to strategize in the beginning, and we were asking around who was especially skilled in running, because if they were at the front of the pack, we assumed that they could keep a great pace, and then everyone would kind of be forced to keep up with them.
Well, I think we could have strategized maybe a little bit more. Kiwan really wanted to take the reins and go in the front, but thinking back, maybe we should have had somebody else go, just because at some points, I don't know, I just felt like he was, because Bijan kept yelling like, let's go faster, and then it's like the person in the front has to like pick it up so that everybody goes.
It's because he met with me
like a day before tribal to try to tell me like, oh, let's vote for Alex. And I could just tell when he was lying.
All right, so what are you thinking?
I think personally, I'm thinking Alex.
Okay.
What are you thinking?
I mean, that works with me. You know, I don't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. What about like Bijan? What do you feel about it?
So see, I think if Bijan makes it to the merge,
yeah,
I don't think he'll be too big of a threat.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true. I also I feel like I trust him.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, like Alex was on my original dream tribe, but I don't know if you like heard how the first vote went out, but it ended up being like us three, and then him and Sawyer voted for Shane.
Okay. I mean, it's always hard to tell what he's thinking.
And he knows so much about the game though.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. So
Yeah, because I think it'll be the bigger threat. Yeah.
Okay.
I was like, I don't think you're telling the truth.
All right. Sounds good to me.
All right.
Have you talked to like Bijan or anything?
Yeah, I talked to Bijan.
What's he thinking?
I don't know. He was telling me like one of the girls. So you gotta be careful. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. But at the same time, like, you know, if I talk to him and I tell him to go to Alex, then like. Yeah.
Like vote for Alex?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
I think Kiwan is the target right now because he disappointed us a little bit during the running challenge.
At this point, it's me, Carolina, Bijan, and Alex, and Kiwan. So the numbers should be 4v1. Obviously, we're gonna talk to Kiwan and see what he's thinking and kind of say that we'll go with him for what he wants because there's talk that Robbie could give him like an idol or something, and we don't want him to play that.
Now, last time we all unanimously voted out Adge, but this time it's really tough because we have these few different factions that are all vying for power. Definitely the two girls that are roommates, Carolina and Maddie, they're gonna vote together. So now, hopefully, my plan here is to vote with the three guys and we will to vote one of the girls out. All right, start. Yeah. So I talked to Alex. He's on board. That's good. Yeah. So we're thinking Maddie. Yeah. For the vote. All right.
Whichever one of the girls it is, I don't know.
Yeah.
So he tells me that, I'm like, oh, like, don't even worry about it. Like, I'm down to vote Maddie out. Like, me, you, and Alex, we'll do a guys thing. He suggested that. I was just like, yeah, we'll do it.
As long as Alex is done, that's all that really matters.
Yeah. All right. Cool.
I should probably talk to him. I think the girls are gonna try to talk to me today, but
probably. I might talk to them too. You know, just so we know their plan. Yeah.
I want Kiwan to know that me and Alex like have ever talked. Alex is kind of like my new final two. Well, I mean, he is my new final two. But I didn't want Kiwan to know. So that's why I said, like, I don't know what Alex is doing. Just, like, make sure he's on board. We're just trying to, like, make it seem like me and Alex don't talk. Like, as long as you tell him the plan and he's down, I'm down too, so.
Like, right now, I think there's two ways that I can go for the vote. So, the safer option would be just to stick with my alliance of, like, me, Bijan, Maddie, Carolina, and just vote out Kiwan. But then Bijan told me last night that like after the challenge he talked to Kiwan and Kiwan like suggested me, him and Bijan taking out one of Maddie or Carolina, which is like way more risky and it'll probably like make either Maddie or Carolina, whoever we don't vote out, like never trust us again.
We were thinking that it would be a good idea to sing Kiwan because he's our ally. We know definitely that he would stick with us no matter what, especially if I gave him an idol to possibly use.
Me and the manatees might have something up our sleeves because, Robbie and Kira have an immunity idol, and they've decided that they might give that to me. Just so I can show it to the other team and say, look, I have an immunity idol, let's decide who to vote out, just so that I'm not a target, just in case. Because with the merge, we want as many manatees to make it to the merge as possible, so we'll have a better chance of one of us winning.
Ideally, we would still have Kiwan after the merge, and kind of what we're thinking
is me and Kira have talked about giving Kiwon her idol, which obviously is fake, but as far as everybody else in the game knows, it's real.
I think Kiwon's gonna be safe because he has met with Bijan, Alex, and then Maddie and Carolina. I don't think they can all be lying to him unless they're gonna pull another thing like they did on Ash and just completely blindside. Which I'm really hoping they're not. But just in case, I'm giving him the idol to have to show to people and tell people he has the idol, just so to make sure that they're on his side.
Kira pulls through with the idol, and I'll be able to at least flaunt it at the tribal meeting, tribal council. And if I show them that I have the idol, even if it's fake, they'll all be scared, and hopefully they'll be voting in my interests.
I hope he doesn't have to play it, because best case scenario would be Kiwon doesn't get voted out, we still have the idol, and we have another ally to go into the merge with. Worst case scenario, Kiwon doesn't play the idol, Kiwon gets voted out, and then the idol goes out of play.
Kiwon started talking to me, he's like, so yeah, Robbie said he's gonna give me his idol. Like, I've watched many seasons of Survivor. Why would Robbie give him an idol? Like, I don't know if he expects me to believe that, but that's whatever. I was gonna be safe. Like, worst case scenario, like, he actually does play this idol and like Maddie goes home. Which would suck, but it's not me.
Well, if Kiwon plays an idol, then I would be scared for my chances at this tribal, but yeah, otherwise I feel pretty good about it.
I think the reason why the challenge is after tribal, I think it's because it's the merge.
Yeah. That makes sense.
And then if we vote out Kiwon, we have me, you, Maddie, Carolina, and Heidi.
Yeah.
Which is Kiwon told me that Robbie said he's gonna give him the idol, like, just in case, but like he wants me, you, and him to vote together.
Yeah. If we all vote Kiwon, I think there's pretty much no way Robbie gives him a real idol.
Yeah.
And even if he does, I feel like he trusts us more than Maddie and Carolina.
Oh, yeah.
So if he plays it, I feel like he'd vote one of them out.
Yeah.
I doubt that Kiwon has an idol, but apparently he told Bijan last night that Robbie was considering giving him his idol, which apparently he does have one because Kiwon outright said it, but I don't know, Bijan also said that you might give him a fake. That's what he thinks.
So the idol is more so, I don't know if I'll actually use it, but just the fact that people know that I have one will mean that I won't have a target on my back. So definitely we want to vote out one of the two girls because they're very strong together since they are roommates.
The possibility of us voting out either Maddie or Carolina, I guess one pro to doing that would be that you know that they're always going to vote together because they're roommates and best friends, so they're obviously not going to betray each other. Or one bad thing about us voting out Kiwon is that if we don't merge and then we end up losing another challenge, it's either going to be me or Bijan going home, or we're going to force a tie because there's no way Carolina or Maddie are going to betray each other.
I don't know who I'm trying to work with. It's a loaded question. I won't know now, I won't know in a couple of days, I won't know later. I barely know what I'm going to do before the vote. My mind is so paranoid all the time that I'm a super emotional player too. It's I can go one way, I can go the other. I don't know where I'm going to vote.
Alright, welcome back everyone. Welcome back to Rossi Tribe. We have the 5 of you here tonight. Unfortunately, one of you will be joining the pre-jury following tonight's tribal. So, you guys here are back once again after a challenge that wasn't particularly close, kind of like the last one. So, I'd say you guys fell behind right from the start and then couldn't pick it back up. So, Bijan, do you think they were just better than you? Do you think you guys could have had a different strategy going into the challenge? What happened there?
I don't know, I think we're definitely better than them, more athletic than them. I mean, Kira was in jeans, and Heidi dropped out right away, but I think maybe our strategy was just off, because they definitely aren't more athletic than us or anything like that.
So regardless of the result of the challenge, all that means is you guys are back here again. So after unanimously voting out Aj last week,
Carolina, do you think this is the same sort of thing's going to happen? Do you think there's one target in mind that things are going to be straightforward here? Or do you think with the tribe of 5, there's a lot of different things that could happen?
I've been talking to mostly everyone, and from what I can tell, the vote should be unanimous.
All right. Is there anyone here that feels uneasy hearing that? That it's just going to be unanimous? And anyone thinks that they're that one? Sure, Kiwan. You think it's you going home tonight?
I mean, it could be a possibility.
Really? Well, why do you think it's you?
Let me show you. I'll show you why it's me.
He's taking out the layers.
I got this.
What's that, Kiwan?
It's a community idol.
Are you gonna be playing that tonight, Kiwan?
Looks like I'm gonna have to. I'm the only manatee left on this tribe. I think it's time that I cover my ass and use this community idol to protect myself. And sorry, but that means one of you guys are gonna have to go.
Maddie, what do you think of that? Does that change things? Does that make it a lot harder than it was? Were you voting for someone else? Is Kiwan totally off guard here?
I mean, I understand why he's playing, but I don't know. I feel like at least the plan that we had could be different. But also, I don't know. There's been a lot of talk, so I'm not really sure where the vote is going to go right now.
Alex, one of the 3 Verifoy was turned on last tribal. So this tribe had 3 Verifoy. That was more than any other of the OG tribes. We had 3 of the blue, 2 green, 1 red. So basically anyone can get turned on at this point. It wasn't so like clear cut, oh, the blue are the majority, they're taking someone out. So do you think that same sort of thing goes deeper into this game where original tribal lines are really important? Or do you think that's completely gone?
Well, I definitely think that they're important, but I also think that there's no way that you're going to win the game playing with only members of your original tribe. So I think you're going to have to cross tribal lines eventually.
Yuan, if you're playing the idol, if you think everyone's voting for you, who are you voting for? Do you have an idea? Are you keeping that a secret? You got anyone on your side here, you think? Or you think you're screwed?
So the merge is coming up, so we got to consider who's going to be strongest with me later on, and who's going to be with me and who's going to be against me.
Then who's with you and who's against you?
I have no idea. That's the thing, because like you said, there's the old party lines that are still splitting us up. So I really just have to protect myself as the only red member.
Well, you obviously think some people here are against you if you're so willing to play an idol.
This is Robbie's idol. Like, I'm helping you guys by playing this because he trusted me. So I'm working with you guys to use this idol now. And whoever's left will be able to mount some sort of resistance against Robbie later on. Because this is his idol. Like, you know, now he doesn't have an ace in the hole anymore.
Bijan, what do you think of all this, Kiwan pulling out this idol?
I don't blame him. I feel like I would do the same thing if I was the only member from my tribe, I guess, on the tribe.
Is this a complete shock to you? Does this change plans for you?
Doesn't change plans. I knew that he was going to do that. He let me know, and we all kind of knew Robbie had the idol anyway, so I respect it. Yeah.
Does anyone else think they're going home tonight besides Kiwan? Does anyone feel pretty uneasy? Or is that about it? Is it just Kiwan that's nervous in the hot seat here? Alright, so I think everyone seems pretty confident here. We'll have to see what happens. Anyone else have any closing remarks before we get to the vote? Alright, I think we'll get started. Bijan, you're up first.
No, because last tribal it was pretty unanimous. I was feeling pretty confident. I'd spoken to most people, but on this tribal it's just safe for me to play this.
Hopefully it's a fake idol and hopefully people don't turn on me because of it.
coming up and give somebody else an idol.
I'll go tally the votes. It's the best part. It's always the best part.
Alright. If anyone has something to read and would like to play it, now would be the time to do so.
They gonna win. They gonna win.
Alright. First vote. Kiwan. We'll vote Kiwan. Second vote. Maddie. We'll vote Kiwan. We'll vote Maddie. Third vote. Kiwan. It's 2 votes Kiwan, 1 vote Maddie.
Sorry. Sorry. Oh God.
The 6-person vote out Survivor UConn. Kiwan. Sorry to say it, that's enough for tonight. Please bring your bandana. Sorry, Kiwan, but the tribe has spoken.
Understandable. Good luck, guys.
Alright. He offered an idol out, said he was gonna play it. He didn't. He said he was gonna play an idol. He didn't. You guys put him all on him. It worked. You guys got him out. Have nothing to say, but looks like you guys made the right decision for tonight. I'll see you guys at the challenge tonight.
Oh, right there. Okay. So this is the best chance to win, alright?
So what do you think happened tonight? They saw through it?
Yeah, no, I should have played it. Big misstep there.
Why didn't you play it?
I felt that I was safe and that I could have saved it for later. Obviously, it would have been much better to play it, but I think my trust in other human beings is what led me to fail. And I'll just have to trust them less in the future. I was talking to Alex and Bijan. Can I know the vote?
It was unanimous.
Okay, yeah. Cool. So I could have voted Maddie out and done one good for the Manatees tribe, but they'll just have to persevere without me.
So you met up with Kira and Robbie today and they gave you this?
Just Kira, yeah. I told him it was Robbie though, so I did paint a big target on his back, which I think he knows already that he's a target. I try to save Kira mostly, and hopefully the other Manatees will be fine too.
Next time on Survivor UConn.
I told Kiwan to use it if he had to. But he didn't use it.
That's the point, you guys. Congratulations, you made the merge.
I'm relieved. I made the merge.
We made the merge. The fact that she had the audacity to say my name, if she's watching this, like I'm gonna get you. Believe me, I'll get you.